Hi everyone, hope you're all well. I'm here today to show you a brand new dress that I've just finished myself yesterday. It's a brand new release from Designer Stitch and it's called the Valentina dress. Now it's on sale until Tuesday and it's Australian Eastern Standard Time, so grab yourself a bargain. I absolutely love this dress. I was busily doing my own thing, making plans for the week, and I had to drop everything to make this dress because it is a standout. The Valentina dress comes in sizes AU and UK 6 to 30, and that's US sizes 2 to 26. The thing I love, I'm sure you're going to love about it, is that it comes in different cup sizes. Now, if you're familiar with sewing in cup sizes, you probably already know that cup sizes are different, as in bra cup sizes to sewing cup sizes. So the cup sizes come in sizes B, C, D, double D, and E. Now, the way to measure your cup size and make sure that you know you're sewing the correct cup size that's actually different to your bra cup size, of course, is she'll give you a little diagram how to measure your above bust and your full bust, and you make a calculation to see what the difference is, and she has a guide there and it'll say to you what cup size will work best for this dress. In bras I'm normally a D cup, but in this particular dress and in most sewing things I'm actually a B cup, so you use that difference from your upper and full bust to work out the difference. That gives you a beautiful fitting garment that you wouldn't necessarily always get with a standard size pattern. So I think things like that, the little tweaks she's made to this pattern, make it perfect. It's a beautiful draped asymmetrical front with this gorgeous draping pleats across one side, and the other side has darts just to give you that bit of extra fit. You've also got things like darts at the shoulders and darts at the back of the hip. There are so many little fine-tuned things to this pattern that make it fit just beautifully, and you'll see it just looks spectacular on every different body shape, especially if you look through the tester photos on Anne's website Designer Stitch. So she's called it sassy, sexy, spirited, and sophisticated. And I really have to agree with that because it's one of those patterns that you will find that there's not a lot around like this. And it really gives you that beautiful ease of comfort. Like I've got enough ease in this to give me that comfort that I can move around in, but also enough fit to give you that beautiful shape. You need to work out your measurements with her sizing guideline. I sewed a size 6. I actually saw that it was size 16 in Australian and UK sizes, so I thought that looks about perfect for me. But normally with around my shoulders, I don't need that bit extra room. I need it more around the middle. So I graded out to a 7 around the middle. But in saying that I've done that, I don't think I needed to. I think a straight 6 would have been just perfect for me, being a straight size 16, of course, because you do have enough ease when you unravel your knot. I'll stand back and see if you can see. Now, the knot at the front, when it's undone, it gives you quite a bit of extra room there. You'll see that the shaping is brought in with the tie. So it's quite loose around the middle, and around the back you've got an invisible zip. It's got enough ease there as well. But I actually slipped this dress on over my head. I didn't even need to use the invisible zipper because I gave it just enough fitting without being overly fitted that it still gives me room and comfort, and of course room for lunch. I love the tie. You can either do it nice and drapey and long, or you can do it in a little bow. It really depends on what you're after. I like it nice and long and drapey. Now you have two options for your sleeves. You can either have these beautiful little tulip sleeves, which are very easy to construct. I love the tulip sleeves. In most of the time when I see them, I really have to go for that particular style. You can also go for a bound sleeveless pattern as well, which gives you that option. And also there's two different lengths. Of course, I've gone for the longer length, which is just to the calf, and it is asymmetrical. So it sits up a little bit higher at the front where it drapes across, but it is a little bit lower at the back. So it comes down to about your calf. So that's perfect length for me. I love that kind of length. The great thing about this is you have got the option to fine tune your fit. So if you want it more ease, that's fine. If you want to really fit it, you can do that. The Valentina is all about drapes. So think fabrics like your silks, your rayons, your crepes, especially crepe I think would work beautifully. I've used a silky rayon, which was a real pain to sew with. It's not the greatest fabric to sew with, but I think it's just come up beautiful. It was well worth the effort because the amount of drape it gives is just beautiful. You can use things like cottons, that's fine, but I really think if you want to hone in on the style and the beautiful drape of this, you need to go for that beautiful fluid fabric. It's even listed things like rayon, so Cupro rayon would work beautifully, and sand washed rayon. So anything that gives that beautiful suede kind of drapey, luxurious feel, I think would work beautiful on the Valentina dress. There's a lot of things to love about this dress. You've got the fit, you've got the cup sizes, you've got the beautiful fitting around the middle with that lovely tie. You got the two different lengths, you got the sleeve options as well, and you had this beautiful neckline which is almost like a keyhole, but you don't necessarily need to have it like that. You can have it open. I'll put a little hook and eye there that I think works wonderfully, but if you want to have it just separated like that, I think that's fine, and it really depends on the sort of fabric that you've got. So if you had more of a stable lightweight cotton, I think you wouldn't necessarily need that little hook and eye, but with a drapier fabric, unless you want to be flapping around, yeah, you're really going to need to have that little hook and eye. And I love that little keyhole effect. I think it gives it that beautiful 40s vintage era that is just stunning to wear. Now at the moment, of course, in Melbourne, we are still in lockdown. We've got a couple of weeks to go. I'm thinking this dress would make a beautiful anniversary dress for me to wear out for dinner if we ever get the chance to go out again on a date night. That's what I'm planning to do with this. Normally this time of year we would have the Melbourne Cup running. I'm not really a big fan of horse racing, but I love fashion on the fields, and I was a huge fan of watching, especially when they televise it on TV, seeing people dress up for fashion on the fields. And especially I'd love it when I'd see the winner would be a person that had actually made their whole ensemble themselves. They've made their own hat, they've designed and sewed it up from scratch. And I just think to people that had spent literally thousands of dollars on designer outfits, and you get this person that had just made their whole own creation themselves that had won. So that is just a wonderful thing to see. So we're really missing that this year. But I know interstate there's still a lot of the spring carnival running. A lot of the horse racing people will dress up for. It'd be a beautiful dress for that. I think this would be a stunning dress for a wedding because it's just got that amount of sophistication and style that would really give that elegant feel to an after 5 occasion, a cocktail evening, or even just going out for dinner or for lunch. I think it depends on the fabric you use. You can really dress it up with footwear, your heels, your jewelry and accessories, or you can tone it down to make it just a beautiful everyday dress to wear for a special occasion. I think this is fantastic even for that sort of celebration time of year when you've got your New Year's Eves and your Christmas, that you want to wear something a little bit more unique and special as well. Now I'll tell you a little bit more about Designer Stitch. If you haven't looked at their website, it's well worth going and seeing some of their fantastic patterns because they've got some beautiful unique style patterns. So Anne from Designer Stitch has actually got up to 35 years of experience for being a pattern designer. A lot of big clothing companies she's actually designed clothes for, so she's got a lot of experience there. And she also runs the Design Stitch school that you can go and learn how to do sewing and pattern making. So all that information is on her website. I think that would be a fantastic thing to learn. Instructions and diagrams are all there holding your hand the whole way through. Fabric wise, this one took 2.3 meters of a 140 width. If you've got a narrow width fabric, you're going to need about 3 meters. That's for a size 16 what I sewed. Of course, you're going to need to change that for different sizes, but it's not a hugely fabric hungry pattern. I'll show you a little bit of video footage that I actually filmed for you guys to see when I place the pattern pieces out. You've got to make sure that your skirt pieces are done on the flat. So you're not going to be doing your front skirt pieces on a fold. You're going to have them nice and wide because it's a really big, like semicircular shaped half skirt, the one that drapes across the front, that is, and the other half, like the tulip shape I should say, is on the flat as well. So the back skirt, you've got 2 separate pieces which are just quite neat pieces, and you've got your different options with your bust. So when you're printing it out, you can actually do your layering option and your size options. You have got the ability to be able to A0 print this, or PDF print it, or projector print it. So she's given you all those separate files. You can also use a normal trim pattern or no trim patterns for PDFs, that is. And when you're choosing your bust options, I know with me particular, I wanted the B cut cup option. Now, on the diagram she's got, actually you can see the B, C, double D, E cups there with the arrows pointing to them. So I know for this one I think I've printed pages 1 to 28 for the actual B cup, but you'll see what pages you need to print out. You don't need to print out every single bust option, you just need to find your own one and print that out. But with the actual dress itself, yeah, you can do your layering and pick out your own size, so it saves printing out everything. But yeah, having those other printer options are fantastic. A lot of people are starting to use projector file printing options, which I think is a great way of saving paper and ink. Now, difficulty level, I would say, as she actually mentioned on the pattern, it's 3 out of 5. So it's getting towards your advanced, beginner and intermediate level. But I know when I looked at the dress, it looked rather complicated, but it really is quite an easy sew. I think just that waist tie bit at the front can make you straight away think, oh, that looks quite confusing because of with the draping and with the separate ties to sew. But it really is quite easy, and it does give a beautiful effect to the garment. As I've said, I made the size 6, but I probably could have quite easily gone down to the 5 if I wanted a more fitted garment, but I prefer to have that bit of ease. And especially across the shoulders, I really couldn't have gone down any lower around the shoulders. I think it's spot on perfect fit for me, especially across the front. So the 6 as a size 16 is perfect for me. And really, I love the fact that you can give it that amount of ease and drape and still pull it in and cinch it in and have it nice and fitted around the middle. But you really need to think about your fluid fabrics and your drapey kinds of fabrics for this dress. So I think it's wonderful to be given those options and really look into some beautiful varieties of fabrics to use for the Valentina dress. So go and have a look at Designer Stitch. Go and grab a bargain while it's still on 40% off. I am actually an affiliate for this pattern, so I've put a little link below in the description box. Now that I've sewn one of her patterns, I can honestly say that I would definitely go back and buy more, because I love the fact that the detail is in the drafting and you can really see a lot of thought has been put into the construction of this dress. If you're wanting a really sassy, sexy little dress, something that's really sophisticated and beautiful to wear, don't look past the Valentina. It is a gorgeous, stunning dress. It's one of my favorites, and it was well worth me dropping everything to go and sew one of these up to show you guys. Well, I hope you've loved the Valentina as much as I have. I've loved sewing it. I've got it all done in a day. I had it printed out in the morning. Yeah, basically had it sewn up and finished after dinner time. If you want to take advantage of the sale at the moment, it is running until Tuesday. That is Australian Eastern Standard Time. You can get 40% off the pattern. So I would really consider grabbing one of these while they're on sale. They're down to $8.95. That's US dollars. So not as involved as it looks, and really well worth putting the effort in. Thank you so much for watching today. I've really appreciated you spending time with me here today, and I hope you have a beautiful day. If you've enjoyed watching this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, because that helps people find my channel. And also, if you haven't already subscribed, I would be really appreciative if you could subscribe and hit that little notification bell, and you will be alerted to any new episodes that I have coming out. I will see you very shortly for my September makes. I've got a little roundup coming for you to see. Keep safe. Bye for now.